After many years of searching, people claim that Noah's Ark, as mentioned in the Bible, has been found in Turkey. For decades, archaeologists and experts have been looking for the remains of this interesting wooden structure. Christians are celebrating the recent discovery of the Ark because of its significance in the Bible and history overall. But let alone the excitement everybody has for the discovery of the Ark, this is not even the biggest news. Something terrifying has been discovered inside of the Ark that has shocked all religious people, and you won't grasp the reality of this until you've seen what's next. Chapter 1. The Lost Ark. Near the border of Iran and Turkey, there's been a big find in archaeology that's got people all over the world talking and wondering. A group called the Mount Ararat and Noah's Ark research team, made up of people from Turkish and American colleges, has been very carefully digging at a place called the Darupanar Formation. This place is mostly made of a kind of rock called limonite, and local stories have long said it might be what's left of Noah's Ark, a famous story in the holy books of Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. The Darupanar site in Turkey is really catching people's attention because it's shaped like a boat, and it's about the same size as Noah's Ark is said to be in the Bible. If you measure it like we do in the US, it's about 515 feet long, 85 feet wide, and 49 feet high. The stuff you find at the site is really old, from between 5500 and 3000 BC. For hundreds of years, people have been trying to find Noah's Ark. They've told lots of stories and thought they found it a few times. Mount Ararat is where the Bible says the Ark ended up, and lots of people have gone there to look. They've found bits of wood, seen big structures that look like a boat, and even taken pictures from the air that make them think the Ark is there. The Bible says the Ark was the biggest ship around until the 1900s, kind of like the huge ships we have today that cross oceans. But people who study science and old things are careful about these stories. Lots of people in Western Christianity believe the Ark ended up on Ararat, but the proof isn't clear. Over time, different stories have been told. Some old stories say bits of the Ark are still around, but others, like one from a guy named Petachia of Regensburg, say the Ark has broken down. In the 1800s and 1900s, explorers like James Bryce added to the story. They said they found wood high up on Mount Ararat, which could be from the Ark. But some people aren't so sure. They say this isn't enough proof, and the things found in the ground and studied by scientists haven't really shown for sure that the Ark was there. The new stuff found at the Darupanar site makes the hunt for Noah's Ark even more interesting. With new technology and teams from different countries working together, they've found things that could be from the time when the big flood in the Noah's Ark story happened. But the people who study these things are still being very careful. They say we need to study more and check everything carefully before we can say for sure that this place has anything to do with the famous Ark. As dusk fell, the massive Ark whispered its secrets to those willing to listen. Chapter 2. The Keeper of Secrets. A very big and unusual project is being carried out in a certain area of Kentucky. A man named Ken Ham, who started and leads a group called Answers in Genesis, is in charge of making a theme park. This isn't just any theme park. It's built around a huge model of Noah's Ark, and it's called the Ark Encounter. The park is really big, covering 800 acres, which is even more land than Disneyland covers. Every year, about 1.5 million people come to visit this place in northern Kentucky. The Ark itself is an amazing piece of modern building work. It's made to be as big as the Bible says Noah's Ark was, 510 feet long, 85 feet wide, and 51 feet tall. But there's more to see than just the Ark. Inside, there are 3 levels where people can see detailed displays. These displays aim to make people feel like they've gone back in time to when Noah lived. They show what the world might have looked like before the big flood, how Noah and his family might have lived inside the Ark, and what happened after the flood. The whole idea is to make the story of Noah's Ark something you can see, hear, and walk around in. not just read about. Ken Ham has big plans for the Ark encounter. He wants to keep making it bigger and better. He's planning to build a copy of the Tower of Babel and a model of what Jerusalem might have looked like when Jesus was there. The Tower of Babel part is especially exciting because it's going to have a ride similar to the Haunted Mansion at Disney. People will sit down and be taken around to see different scenes. The Ark encounter is a place where there's always something new happening. Every year, they add new things for people to see and